lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and it's time for a dining room table thrift haul. Everything that you see today I purchased yesterday at 3 thrift shops in South Jersey. Some of it you saw when I put in my cart, and some of it you didn't see. But it's all been cleaned up, and let's take a look. But first, I'll have a sip. You have a sip. It's been chilly here. We've only been in the low to mid 50s the last couple of days. Next week is May. I'll tell you what, we'll be on the lounge chairs at the Jersey Shore in no time. Oh, tomorrow I'm headed to Ephrata, outside of Lancaster or Lancaster, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Vintage Vinny is going to be there for a couple of days, and I'm going shopping with him tomorrow. Speaking of Vinny, it's his birthday weekend, so if you get a chance to say happy birthday, go over to Vinny's channel, Vintage Vinny, and say happy birthday. I bought that for him yesterday. I'm not going to show you the reverse side. It's a little risque, but Vinny likes the risque gentleman's items, you know, pinups and things from the 1940s and 50s. And but you can take a look. You'll have to go back and look at yesterday's video if you want to see why the lady is going, oh. There's something a little naughty on the other side. Vinny's gonna love that, and he better not be watching. If you are watching Vinny, I want you to act surprised anyway when you get that. I think you saw me pick up this swung vase. I think it was a flung vase because those fingers are really stretched out there. In beautiful turquoise. Isn't the morning sun looking wonderful as it comes in here? I hope so. Granny put felt on the bottom so it wouldn't scratch her table. We'll leave that there. Good shape, and it's not sick glass either. I think you saw that. You also saw me pick up this, which I'm going to keep. It's going to take me a while to determine. I think I said in the video, this is mimicking what would be what's called South Jersey glass, or the colonial glass that was made in South Jersey or in Sandwich, Massachusetts, for the most part. South Jersey was a hotbed of glass making because of our sandy soil. Yeah, it's just like the soil in Sandwich, Massachusetts when you cross over onto Cape Cod. And so Worcester from Philly went down to Salem County and was blowing glass. Where am I looking? I'm supposed to look right here. And was blowing glass in the colonial days. So there was glass in Salem County, Cumberland County, Glassboro, and then Clayton. I mentioned the Clevenger brothers yesterday, who were making colonial style glass in the 1930s and fooling a lot of antique collectors and museums. They were really good at what they did. This isn't Clevenger brothers, but it reminds me of it. Look at that applied handle on there. Isn't that beautiful? It has a rough pontil on the bottom, and you know, this could have been made 2 weeks ago down in Millville and sold in one of the gift shops. It's not old, but it's in that style, and I love it, so I'm keeping it because I've never really talked about this, but I've got some deep roots in the glass industry down in South Jersey. A lot of my ancestors made a living for generations blowing glass. I'll tell you about that some other time. But I like that piece. I also want to take you on a field trip to the Glass Museum down in Millville, New Jersey. It's wonderful. If you love the 30s, you have to have an example of the Shirley Temple Hazel Atlas pitcher. Yes, they reproduce them, so look out. This is an old one. There's not much resale value in these. But if you were a little girl in the 30s, or a little boy, but mostly little girls, Shirley Temple would stare at you and say, finish your cereal, finish your milk. So I have this just to have one. I don't think you saw me pick that up. What next? Oh, the elephant, you saw that. He's a cigarette holder made in Czechoslovakia in the 30s. And he's got a little, his bum got banged into something. He's got a crack back here. That was not supposed to be a joke.
You're as funny as a cry for help.
There's a little, you'll see it if you're interested in the auction photos. But there's just a little surface, you know, like a star crack in a windshield, you know. So just a fun item from Czechoslovakia before the war. You didn't see me buy this. I love Japanese Majolica from the 30s. Love it. Here's a little milk pitcher or juice pitcher for the breakfast table in a cream, pale yellow cream color with the flowers there. It's got crazing. And this is, we can see the Made in Japan mark on the bottom. I'd use this one. I like that a lot. You like it? Now I flipped out over these because I never find Delphite, turquoise, azurite, and this is the Fire King turquoise. They call them sometimes hostess set or luncheon set. I said dessert set, but that's big. That's a little large for a dessert set. Well, not by today's standards, but it would be large as a dessert set in the 50s. So a luncheon set with the circular indentation for your cup, and it's also gilded. Now this is the turquoise blue. Some of these turquoise blue lines were not made for very long, only a few years. Some of this stuff was only made from 1956 to 58. Do you find it where you live? I almost never find it. And it holds up well with collectors. I have 5 plates and 5 cups. There were probably 6 in the set. This set should sell for $80 to $100. It's almost like new. What does hold it, or what will hold it back a little bit, is that it is a luncheon set slash snack set. And it seems as though the collectors prefer not to have the teacup circle, you know, on the plate. They'd rather have the plate, the cups and the saucers, because you really can't use that as a dinner plate with that circle on there. Well, I guess you could. That's where you put your deviled egg, right there. You got plenty of room for your meatloaf and your pickled beets. Yeah, just put your, or my grandfather used to, isn't this awful? I remember a couple of times, I guess as a joke, he would take a piece of, if we were gonna have dinner, he'd take the chewing gum out of his mouth and stick it on the back of his ear. Isn't that awful? I think maybe he just did it to shock us kids. But that's where you take your chewing gum out and put that right there while you eat your dinner. So anyway. Did any of you have a grandfather that did goofy stuff like that? He was always tearing up. From the 1930s, look at this. The tidbit tray, or sandwich tray as they called them. And look at that blue enamel. Look at that. It's almost, it is perfect. With the embossed gold around the sides. Now this is somewhat like those Westmoreland Lotus things that we saw the other day. Dessert cups with this enamel paint And all the 1920s glass companies did this, most of them. And it was an inexpensive way to have all different effects on their glass. So this is an enamel type of a paint. It's very hard wearing on the underside, and that is, I love that blue. I think it would be great to collect 5 of these, 10 of these in all different colors and serve at a party. Yeah, any kind of a party. Doesn't have to be a special occasion, just throw a party, throw one for yourself. This Asian print from the 30s. Chinese, I guess. I don't know Chinese characters and whatnot. And of course, you know I got it because of that. Is it blurry? I can't see. This wonderful Strauss and Hirschbergs. I didn't really have a chance to go through all the comments from yesterday, but I think a couple of you knew where this gift shop was, maybe Ohio or something like that. I just like that deco foil label on the back. You know, the equivalent of going into a fine gift shop in the 1930s and giving that to somebody for some reason. I liked it. I bought 4 of these. I have 1 in the kitchen, so that makes 5. I'm going to sell all 5. I love them. This I bought simply for the decorative market, and I think it has decorative value. It's probably 50 years old. Look at that. Now, it's a ceramic frame. I think it was a hobby piece. It's a heavy ceramic frame. Looks like it was made in somebody's basement kiln ceramic class. And the person, you know how your Aunt Shirley signed her Atlantic mold Christmas trees? To Timmy, love Aunt Shirley, 1969. Well, this is the same kind of thing. Somebody scratched Russo on the back, and there must be a million people in New Jersey with the last name Russo. But I like, the glaze is not, I really like the way they did this. I think it's very well done. And then it's an original painting. Yeah? The painting is signed by H. Babali. It looks like B-A-B-A-L-I. Is that your last name? B-A-B-A-L-I. I haven't looked any of this up. So somebody named H. Babali painted that and stuck it in this ceramic frame. I like it. It's an original. You'll be the only one with it. Unless I find out Babali was a prolific painter. I should look that up. Oh, I made a mistake. Well, I make mistakes all the time, and you guys didn't correct me. You usually do, but I messed up when I was editing my video. I looked. Did you catch me? Wait a minute. What am I gonna do with this? When I was at the Circle Thrift on Frankfurt Avenue in Philly, that's right, I was at another thrift shop. What did I call that? Well, I got the Anchor Hocking part right, of course, but I said Vitrock when you know I meant, no. I said Platinite when you knew that I meant Vitrock, and I saw my mistake when I was editing the video. The Platinite, of course, is Hazel Atlas's milk glass formula, and the Vitrock is Hocking. Lotus plates, there should be 4. There's yellow, blue, and green. I need to get the pink one, which I probably have the pink one floating around here somewhere, and I'll have a set. I'm missing little dessert cups that sit in here. They look very similar to the Westmoreland glass cups that we saw a couple days ago. Yeah, this is a fired on color. And interestingly enough, some of you may say, you know, that might glow. Well, actually, the Anchor Hocking Vitrock vases that have that Art Deco style, they glow beautifully. You've seen them. The ones in this creamy Vitrock color. These don't have as much uranium in them. There's a little bit, not much. When you put a black light on this, it's kind of a swirly like, what's that ice cream? Creamsicle, where the orange is kind of swirled into the vanilla. You'll see some swirled uranium in those. Just kind of a fun fact. Fun for me. And then I bought 6 of these. One of them was cracked horribly, had to throw it away. So I'm down to 5. I won't show you all 5, but barware, 1940s, 30s, 40s, and this was imitated by, remember, a lot of companies, if something was popular, what? They all made it. So you'll get Bartlett Collins, and you'll get Hazel Atlas, and you'll get New Martinsville with this sort of frosted snow effect. And they called it something, I can't remember what they called it for advertisements, but they had different names for this frosted stuff. And this, so these we have the platinum bands. These, if you remember, last summer I bought about 30 pieces of this barware. Yeah, I've got it in a cabinet over there. This is Hazel Atlas. This isn't, but look how similar this frosted snow effect is on the glass. Yeah. This in gold and this in platinum. So these are either Bartlett Collins, New Martinsville, and that's Hazel Atlas. I'm going to try to get some more of these to have a full set. I love, what is it? Come on now. And it's older than you think. It's called Fry glass, F-R-Y. And Fry glass is signed, oftentimes, this is embossed here. A lot of times the plates are embossed along the edge. This has patent dates on it of 1917 and 1919. It's old stuff. I think Fry, did he stop sometime in the 30s? But a lot of this phosphorescent kitchen glass was made by that company, and I like it. Casserole dishes, popcorn poppers, lids. I've got a percolator out there with a Fry glass lid. When you see this milky phosphorescent glass, a lot of times in kitchenware, a lot of times it's made by the Fry glass company. That's a little baking dish. That I'm going to keep because I just like Fry glass. The rest of it is for sale, although I haven't listed it yet. I'm working on it. I'm going to try to get it all listed by midnight tonight. So if you're watching this video and you see anything you like, come check out the Old Curiosity. Come check out the eBay store. The link is in the description box below this video. One more thing to show you, and then we are out of here. We'll wrap it up. You saw me pick up this sugar bowl, and I said, I wonder if it's cabbage rose. It's not. It's called Sharon, well, Rose of Sharon. It's a federal piece made in the late 30s, and they were notorious for some of their pink to have a little bit of orange in it. Now remember, we have different, I have a ring light shining on this, which is changing the color a little bit. We have different color settings on our devices. You have to trust me when I say this is a pinkish orange, and it does make it difficult to match this with other pink pieces of depression glass from other companies. But I'm going to show you, so Federal Glass Company, late 30s, sugar bowl in the Sharon pattern. Now, yes, they did reproduce it, and as I said in yesterday's video, I was okay if it turned out that this was a reproduction. I didn't think that it was. It felt right to me. It looked right. And I love my books. I just happened to go and grab my Mawsey book, but as you know, there are other fantastic authors. This book will give you information on repros, and let's see what they say about the sugar bowl. They say it was reproduced, and here's how you can tell. The new handles meet the bowl in a circle. I'm sorry. The new piece the handles meet the bowl in a circle. Now, we know these are the handles. This is called the bowl, right? Just like on a tumbler, this is the bowl. Yeah? On a stem or a this is the bowl on a stem piece. So the handles do not meet the bowl in a circle. This is not a circular shape here, and also where they're joined, the way the mold is made, it's more of a diamond shape rather than sort of being, you know, stuck on as a circle. So either way, it's an old one, and I was happy to know that it was an old one because I'm going to be able to sell it as an original for someone who collects that pattern. So thank you, the Mozzie book here, Depression book, Barbara and Jim. I like that information on the reproductions because you can't remember everything. Well, is that it? Did I get it all? I think that's it. Thank you everyone for watching and for subscribing and for commenting and making this channel a lot of fun. I really do appreciate it. It's time for me to get some stuff done. Yes, some listing and some packing and whatnot. Today's Thursday. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Maybe, I don't know, just maybe, Vinny and I might do a live tomorrow night out there in Ephrata with whatever we might find. He's already there, I think. I'm not going to join him until tomorrow. And we might do a live. Who knows? If he twists my arm, maybe we'll do it. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, that would be fun if you'll join us. We'll see. Okay, that's it for now. Wait for the cat. I'm Scott saying thanks for watching. So long for now.